Now, in terms of application, we take the question number that is 5.1.2, that is from Hogg, McCain and Craig's book. That is, let the random variable yn have the distribution that is binomial distribution with parameter n and p. The first part, prove that yn over n converges in probability to p. The result is one from the weak law of large numbers. So, using the weak law of large numbers, you have to prove that y over n is converges to p. The second one, again on the same line, that is prove that 1 minus yn over n converges to 1 minus p. And the third one is also on the same line, that yn over n into 1 minus yn over n converges to p into 1 minus p. So how we proceed for this one? So for the first part, let x1 up to xn are the IID random variables from the binomial distribution with parameter n and p. So we know that the expected value and the variance of the binomial distribution, we know that the expected value, that is expected value of x in binomial, that is np, and we also know that the variance of x in binomial case, that is np into 1 minus p, and we also know that they are finite. Since we know that some x is a binomial having parameter n and p, therefore yn has also follows the same distribution. By using now the Chebyshev inequality, that is probability of yn over n minus its expected value, that is expected value of yn over n is greater than or equal to psi, and that is less than or equal to 1 over n square psi square into the variance, that is basically np into 1 minus p. And you can see that if we apply the limit n tends to infinity on this one, it approaches to 0. So we can see that here yn over n tends to p in terms of probability. So that is the first part which we have to show, that in terms of limits yn over n tends to p if we apply the weak law of large number. Similarly, for the second part, since we know that 1 tends to 1 in probability, and we have already shown that yn over n tends to p in terms of probability. So by using the theorem that is 5.1.2 and 5.1.3 in Hogg, McCain and Craig's book, that is page number 290 and 291. It follows that that 1 minus yn over n in term of probability, it tends to 1 minus p. It is nothing, just we just apply the weak law of large number separately, first on 1, and we have already shown this one that it converges to p. So 1 minus yn over n is converges to 1 minus p. And on the same line, the c part, similarly, it follows from the theorem number, that theorem 5.15 in Hogg, McCain and Craig's book, the page number 291. You can see that yn over n and 1 minus yn over n in term of probability, it tends to p into 1 minus p. That is what actually we want to prove that. So in term of probability, it is going to converge into p into 1 minus p.